Hi there, and welcome to episode 10, I believe, of Holistic Movement with Rob. So, stabilization. I thought we'd continue on the vein of trying to stabilize and create an anchor with one part of our body, and then the other parts can move while we really feel and work on that stabilization. So, why don't we get right into it? Last week, we did the one-legged bridge, kind of like walking, and I thought we'd continue on that vein, but we'd switch positions of the feet. But why don't we review last week's really quickly, and then we'll get into the different foot position, okay? So I'm going to make sure that my feet are hip-width apart. I'm going to lie back. I'm going to find that position for my feet. I'm going to tuck my chin under just a little bit, and then we'll start, remember, with that circumferential breathing. Okay, now keep that in mind. Keep that embody it. We're going to come up into the bridge. I'm going to stabilize with my left foot. I'm going to push that left big toe, especially down my inner arch, and stabilize my whole right leg, engage the muscles in my left leg. I just said right, sorry. I'm going to lift that right foot up, trying to keep that pelvis level, and then drop it. Now I'm going to push down with my right foot, stabilize there, and then lift up with the left, and then drop. Do the same. We're just going to walk back and forth. I'm keeping my fingers there just to look and see if I can keep the pelvis level. Now, hopefully you've been practicing this. I'm sure you have. I know Jean has, right? She's such a studious student. We're just switching legs back and forth. Really turning on those glutes and those deep muscles to the glutes. Stay for about 1 or 2 seconds and then drop. Stay for 1 or 2 seconds and then drop. Let's do one more on each side. Cool. Come on down. Let's rest. Straighten the legs out. Let your body fall into the mat. Notice what you feel. Feel what you notice. I really feel the activation in the front of my hips here, especially my TFL, my psoas, my quads. Okay, now we're going to change foot position. So let me show you from this angle. Okay, so what I'm going to do, we're going to turn both feet outward like that, externally. Okay, so we've got external rotation of the feet. I'll show you from this angle too, so you can see this camera angle right here. Okay, and we'll start from this camera angle actually, so you can see my feet. But I'll be switching around. You keep doing it, and I'll just switch around so you can see different angles. We're going to come up into the bridge with our feet in external rotation. Now, you may notice a little bit of a difference in stresses. Maybe your inner thighs are stressed a little bit more, or your glutes. There's no right or wrong. What do you notice? And then we're gonna engage. We're gonna connect our rib cage to our pelvis. Okay. If you want to place the fingers on the SIS there, you can. And then I'm just gonna lift my right foot up just for a second, and then drop it. Bring that foot into external rotation. Then lift the left foot up. Now this is probably, I shouldn't say probably, for me it is. It's pretty challenging. Way more challenging than the one we just did. And it's a little bit more difficult to keep my pelvis level. I'm going to drop my arms, and I noticed my neck was tensing a lot more, so I'm going to relax my neck before I switch to the other side. I'm going to stabilize with the left foot, bring it up, bring up that other leg, and then switch. And I'm going to bring my feet into a little bit of more external rotation. Way more challenging here. If you're having difficulty doing this, you may want to switch back to the feet being straight. Let's do a few more. One more. Okay, let's come on down. Let's straighten the legs out. Let's rest here. Now, for me, I felt it a lot more in my glute med, especially the posterior fibers. So that's the gluteus medius, way up top near my iliac crest there. And I'm just gonna kind of fall. Feel the sensations there running through my body. I'm gonna shake a little bit because I'm freaking cold. Because it's cold here. There's no central heating. Okay, roll on over to one side. We're going to come up and we're going to revisit the scalenes. So I'm going to come sit, squat. You don't have to squat like this. You can come stand up or you can come up like this if you want. So remember last week I was talking about the scalenes and how they help stabilize the neck upon the rib cage, right? And that we hold a little bit more tightness in the left side than the right. So when we did that tilt of the head last week, we were mainly working on the middle scalenes. Now, how do we get into the anterior and posterior scalenes? So I thought that this week we can let's review the first one, the middle scalene one. So we're going to bring our right ear towards our right shoulder. We're going to keep the shoulders level, and I'm just going to tilt. Ooh, and did you hear that cracking? That was my transverse processes of my cervical spine releasing because I'm stretching those scalenes a little bit more. And I'm just going to breathe into the side of my neck. Send my breath right into there. I'm keeping my teeth together, but I'm trying to relax my jaw. Letting this left shoulder drop to take away the anchor, the insertion point of the scalenes upon the first and second rib there. Okay, let's slowly come on back. Let's rest there. And I can feel the stretch right in that left side of my neck there. Hopefully you do. And then I'm going to switch to the other side. Now we're stretching the right side. Keeping teeth together, but I'm relaxing the jaw. Still engaging that circumferential breath that I talk about again and again and again. Let's take 2 more breaths. Okay, let's come on back. Now, if you want to revisit the left side, please do. Pause the video and revisit that left side. Now, we're going to get into the anterior scalenes. So how do we do that? Well, we bring the chin upward. So what we're going to do, we're going to bring the chin up. I'm still going to push the chin in the back of the neck there, but I'm going to bring the chin up. Then I'm going to tilt the head. And I feel it right around here. Now, you may not, so maybe that means you need to bring your chin up a little bit higher and then tilt it. I feel it all the way down right underneath my collarbone, where that anterior scalene attaches to the first rib there. And I believe the second, but I could be wrong. Breathe high up into the collarbones. Maybe you want to place your right hand right there and feel the movement of that collarbone and those ribs. Let's take 2 more breaths. Okay, come on back, relax, take a breath there. All we need is about 30 seconds, folks, 30 seconds to a minute. If you feel like you want to stay a little bit longer, pause the video, try it. Lift the chin up again. Bring the left ear towards the left shoulder. Try to relax that right shoulder, let it drop. I'm keeping the chin high. Let's do 2 more breaths. Come on back. Let's rest. Take a breath there. I felt a little bit dizzy. This also impinges upon your brachial plexus and your carotid artery a little bit. So don't be surprised if you feel a little bit dizzy. We're going to lie back. And remember last week I was talking about emotions coming out? If you feel like getting angry or crying, please do. Welcome it. Let your body fall. Okay, let's bend our right knee. Let's roll over to our left-hand side. Let's come on up. And remember how last week we did the front lunge where we reached for something down below and then we did extension, right? So I thought we'd add an alternate arm position to those. Little rotation actually when we're going down. Well, let's skip that. We'll actually we'll do coronal movement. I thought we'll save the rotation for next week. Sorry, I get ahead of myself sometimes. I get so excited about this stuff. Okay, so remember with lunges, we want to do this really slowly, okay? Especially if you have any knee problems or ankle problems, this helps. And we do want the knee over the heel, okay? I'm sure the knees over toes guy would be so happy to hear this, okay? So we're going to start with the left foot, and we're going to come down, and we're going to bring our arms up into extension, and we're going to lean to the left. The right side of my rib cage is going to lengthen, and you notice it's a little bit unstable for me. I've got 2 mats here, so it's not as stable. I'm making excuses. It's just my left leg is a little bit weaker. I'm going to lean to the left, and I'm going to lean to the right. I'm really using my big toes to stabilize. And I'm not lunging that far forward. I'm not coming all the way down. My back knee is not touching the floor. If you feel comfortable doing that, please feel free to, but don't feel like you have to. Now, there's a tendency for the upper body to lean forward. A lot of people do this. Ideally, what we want is full extension of the spine. So I'm trying to keep my chest and my belly high. So let me turn the other way for this other camera. So I'm going to lean to the left and lean to the right. Lean to the left, lean to the right. Now, come back, rest for a second. We can just stand here and rest. Now I'm going to lean to the opposite side, meaning I'm going to bring my left foot forward and I'm going to lean to the right with my upper body. And then my right leg comes forward. I'm going to lean to the left. And I can feel that deep in my ass, my deep lateral rotators there, especially the gemellis. Those are right. And you're like, what? What is Rob? The gemellis? What the hell is he talking about? These are the deep lateral rotators, the horizontal muscles that are below the piriformis. Well, the piriformis is one of them. And I feel those being activated, stabilizing. Stabilizing. Yep. Do you notice how slow I'm going? Getting that full extension. I'm going to turn this way for you to see this view. And I'm really getting my rib cage into this. So then my rib cage can pull. And I noticed a little bit of instability there. So I slowed it down even more. And I'm having that rib cage pull on my butt, my pelvis, and my lower back, and my psoas, and my knee, with my inner thigh muscles. Let's do one more. I'm going to face the camera. Okay, let's rest. Let's lie on our backs. Let's rest here for a tick. And I really feel it all where my femur goes into my pelvis here, the acetabulum. I like to call it the acetabulum. It's like the word circumambulate. I call it circumambulate. If you're not sure what the word circumambulate means, I'll put it up here. You can look it up in Webster's. I learned that word when I lived in India. Went and lived up where the Dalai Lama lives. Went to his temple. And a lot of monks circumambulating. Keep resting. Okay, bend your right knee, roll over. We're going to come up and do that Chuck Wolf movement. Remember the catching the ball, this one? So with this time, because last time we reached upward to grab the ball, okay? And remember, this hand on the wall is just there to touch it. There's no stabilization. It's just for balance purposes. And this left leg comes out to the side. Then this other hand comes here, and the right leg comes out, the left hand comes up, and the right leg goes back 45 degrees, okay? This time we're going to reach down. So my hand's here, and I reach down right there. Left hand on the wall, reach down. Right hand on the wall, reach down. Keep the elbow that's connected to your right hand low. Try to keep this arm in external rotation instead of internal rotation. And I'm just reaching down. Oh yeah, I can feel that pull on my deep lateral rotators there. Yep. Man, I love this one. And I'm exhaling using that circumferential breathing when I reach down. So you may have to pause the video because you're on a wall. And next week, we're not going to use the wall. It's going to be way more challenging. So I hope you're practicing this mofo. And you like how I said mofo? I sounded like a good little white boy. You mofo. Let's come back. Let's rest. Let's lie on our backs. That one's a great one to practice. You want true stabilization in the pelvis? That's the one. But of course, there's not just one position that guarantees everything. Let your whole body fall. Okay, so I thought we'd finish with extension again. We've done the squatting back bends, we've done the standing back bend, which we did last week. Now we're going to do the bow, classic yoga pose. Now, with this one, we're going to come and lie on our bellies. I'm going to bring my arms next to my body. I'm keeping my head up for my mic. You can rest your chin on the floor there. I'm going to bend my knees. I'm going to grab my ankles. If you cannot grab your ankles or you cannot grab your feet, let your arms rest out to the side. Do a little bit of Mission Impossible there, but he has his arms like that. Okay? That can be an alternate one. We'll probably do it next week. But this is the classic one. Now, I'm going to grab my ankles and I'm going to lift my arms using my legs. I'm going to use my legs to lift my arms. So my legs lift up and my arms are pretty passive. And then I'm going to lift my chest up. I'm going to try to bring, you can do two positions. You can bring the legs up and then let the shoulders drop, or you can bring those shoulder blades towards your spine. Now, I'm using my butt and my legs to lift my arms up. I'm keeping my head in a neutral position. And you probably noticed that one leg is higher than the other. I'm uneven. The goal is not evenness. It's impossible. One leg is going to be able to come in an extension a little bit more than the other. I'm not concerned about it. I'm concerned about strengthening and opening up my chest and strengthening my back and my glutes and my quads, even though they're in extension. Breathing into this. If you're not able to grab those ankles, just keep your arms out to the side like this and try to lift the legs up. If you're not able to lift the legs up, that's okay. Just come up into a slight back bend like this. Stay there. Relax your face. Breathe into it. Let's come on down. Let's rest. You can rest your chin right on your hands. Place your palms right under your chin. So let me show you the alternate postures again if you're not able to grab the ankles. You can bring the arms out to the side, palms facing up towards the ceiling, lift the legs up. If you're not able to lift the legs up, just bring your spine into extension right there. If you're able to grab the feet, grab the feet. Ideally, you want the ankles, lift on up. If you're having knee problems with this, don't grab the ankles. Just stay there like that. Okay, let's line our backs. We're all done. Notice how your body feels here, resting, letting your body sink into the floor. And I'll see you next week for holistic movement.